coverage of the NFL expanding across borders again as we are in La Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico City. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Mexico City Diablos. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. But he takes it up to the 40. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So the D-line's going to spread out. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running with power here. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Check 37. Check 37. Double tight. Double tight. Double tight. Let's go. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio, let's go. Ohio. What? 90. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
On second down, here's Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's third and goal.
Let's go, Ohio. Ohio. 4. We got 4. Ohio! Ohio! That's 42.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Let's round! Rush in! Rush in! Rush in! Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Strong right! Strong right! Strong right! Come on, let's go!
They run here with Hood. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Come on, let's go.
Back to throw Dobbs. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left. Here we go. 4 down. 4 down. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio. Check safety.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. He couldn't get the edge there. Wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
Watch the run. Good stop, baby. That's a baby stop. Let's go. Red 38.
Dobbs. And that is going to be incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And they give this time to the tailback. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
2 times. Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Flex round. Check. Flex round. Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Man left. Come on, let's go. What? 90.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Give it here to his running back. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here we go. Grand 38.
On 3rd down, Kaiser. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Grand 38. Grand 38. Like 50. Ohio. Watch the screen. Flex round.
Kaiser on 1st down. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
I'm gonna hit you all day, baby. Ohio. Come on, let's go. Ohio. Let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Kaiser now on second down, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right. Here we go.
And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Let's go.
They run again with Hood. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down.
Tight end right. Let's go. 3 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Watch tight end. Hey. 4 down. Let's go. 4 down. Grand 38.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Tight left. Even. Come on, let's go.
On first down, Downs to throw. And now running right through him. And his throw here's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Here we go. Ohio. Ohio.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Flex round. Flex round. Jim.
On second down, Dobbs. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Watch tight. Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right. Come on, let's hit.
To throw is down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Nice hit, boy.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Here we go.
When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Flex round. Flex round. Come on, let's go. What? 90. Flex round. Flex round. SOS. Flex round.
On first and 10, Kaiser. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Ohio. Watch the run. Ohio. Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio. Here we go. Flex round.
they'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll power his way up near the 25. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go. Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Ohio. Come on, let's go. Here we go. Ohio.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Ohio. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So we are halfway. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Come on,
Now Hood. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second down following the run.
Tight end left, tight end left. Here we go.
Now Dobbs. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
See it in that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays. Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there. First down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing here, Dobbs. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Tight left. We got 3, Here we go. We got 3. Red 38. Red 38. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. He's coming. We got double up. Here we go.
This is Hood on the ground. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
White 90.
Dobbs now on 2nd down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Hey, come on, let's go. Flex round. Ohio. Watch the twist.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Here we go. White 90.
Here's Dobbs to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38. Flex round. Flex round. Here we go. Red Ohio.
And to give this time to the tailback. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Man left, man left. Hey. Here we go. Red 38. Red 38. Flex round. Flex round. Kill. Flex round. Flex round. Switch. Let's go. Switch. Red 38. Hut. Red 38. Hut.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Check. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Kaiser to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is taken at the 23. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, 4 down. Let's go. Red 38.
On the carry, it's Hood, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Tight right. Here we go.
Dobbs is throwing. And he fires one, but incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Back now in Mexico City. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
Flex round. Flex round. Here we go. Red 38. Flex round. Flex round. Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Flex round. Flex round. Patch it. Patch it.
From the gun, Kaiser trying to lay one up deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio. Ohio. Switch.
To throw, Kaiser. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Safety's creeping. Alert 3.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Kaiser and the offense staying put. They're going for it.
Watch tight end. Ohio. Let's go.
Now Kaiser on 4th down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, let's go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Double tight. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Dobbs. He's going to let this one go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And a huge play that time. 53 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0.
Let's go. Flex round.
Now they try the right side here, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90. 3 buzz.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Let's go. Got 4 down. Ohio. Flex round. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
And the big tight end shifting around.
Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
2 times. 4 down. Check. Come on, let's flex round. Back. Ohio. Flex round. Ohio. No. Off.
Now a handoff looking right.
Check.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Brandon, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And they give this time to the tailback. And an alley to run. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 63 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, That's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
190. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Ohio. Hey, alert.
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Solomon Thomas in there to sack him for a loss of 6. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Throw left side complete. That's James. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This offense so far on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go. Brad 38.
Here's Dobbs to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And they bring their punter out there now, standing just outside his own goal line. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Let's go!
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
play action. It's Dobbs. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4.
Watch right, watch right. Coming to you, coming to you. Come on, let's go.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Miles Jack in there to make the play. It'll be a loss of 14, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Let's go. What? 9, 10.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
This is T.J. Logan to return it. And now running right through him. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Jordan Willis from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9.
Come on, Ohio!
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass.
Here we go.
So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long,
and the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And that will write a finish to this ball game.